Welcome back to the Science Detectives, talking about 21st century warfare. And the weapons we're dealing with and the effects that we're seeing from these weapons today didn't just happen in 1999 or 2000 or 2001. They've been under development for quite some time. And largely as a result of Cold War actions between the two superpowers. And Richard's got a video here of some dudes. This looks very early 1970s, 1960s.
Well, you guys said you thought it was Russian, but look at the pickup truck.
Well, I know, that's so American.
That's Chevy. I think it's a Dodge.
Is it a Dodge?
I think it's a Dodge.
I've been over there, though. I've been in Russia and stuff, and
they stole some of our trucks?
Yeah.
Well, it's not
those Russians.
Well, it's just we made so many of them.
Being there in late 90s, early 2000s, I mean, the vehicles, I thought, were like 50s and 60s vintage, a lot of them. I mean,
but if you look at the uniforms
Same
today,
Cuba, huh?
haven't been there.
Today, this is pre-Iraqi War.
Oh, well, yeah, it's the old
It's the old
fatigues.
green, yeah. So
Old
we're
olive.
talking late 60s, early 70s.
If these are ours, is this supposed to be U.S.?
I think it's supposed to be U.S. with perhaps a Russian narrator. So let's take a look at it.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's only 55 seconds, so it's not too bad.
It's supposed to be an ultralight, isn't it?
Well, light, I don't know how ultra.
Little propeller, though.
He speaks Russian. Now this is a laser weapon there. And look at the power source.
Oh.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
You know what? It's not Russian.
That actually looks like the American Southwest.
Yeah.
It's not Russian.
Look at this equipment here. Totally robotic.
I can't hear it.
Infrared.
Look at that.
And hole punch.
Look at that.
Yeah,
Bang.
just a punch.
Bang.
Structural integrity is compromised. And
Okay.
it's down.
Yeah. Now earlier we had watched a clip where we had Rumsfeld and
Richard Myers.
Richard Myers.
4-star chief dude.
They said, well, we don't know. We don't know.
So chief-
We had
chief
this
of
type
staff,
of
but yeah.
weaponry out there. I'm not too sure about it, but that was obviously late 60s, early 70s,
70s,
perhaps
somewhere.
maybe pushing it to the 80s.
It was definitely 70s. The
But
film
no
looked
further than-
70s.
I can't
Early
imagine the
70s.
military having a beat-up truck like that. But
No way.
that
Not
was
these
out in the
days.
California desert, I would imagine, because it looks familiar to me. And the guy's remote control had a long cable connected to it. Did you see
So
that?
it wasn't wireless.
Yeah. And what he was
No
doing.
Bluetooth there.
But did you see the advancements on that on the laser?
Similar structure, though, of the actual structure of that weapon.
The laser itself, well, the
Yeah.
power supplies are much
Yeah.
more compact now.
Yeah.
So you can get
Yeah.
those airborne. You don't have to haul around two
Huge
57-foot
trucks full of-
trailers. Yeah. So we've miniaturized things, and no doubt the power in versus effect at the end of the laser has gone up by a couple of orders of magnitude, and that's just laser. And we've also miniaturized it to the
We
point where we
certainly
can carry this stuff around today.
Yeah.
So and under $100.
Under $100.
Under $100.
That is phenomenal.
Now, if the taxpayer were only billed
Yeah,
like
under
that,
$100 for that thing.
that would be a different story.
Yeah. So I was going to cut to this thing, but let me take a look at this.
Such terrible effects.
Let's wait till this thing loads. But now, soon, or maybe we even have it now. Soon, we're going to have small weapons.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's handheld. Okay, and
I suspect we already do.
Perhaps.
Basically, what we see now, the technology we see now, is something that's already probably 15 years out of date.
Couple of
I'm guessing.
generations.
Look at the
Couple of
computers
generations.
and things that we use now. Look how far ahead the government computers are.
but I'm looking at that laser weapon, and it's following a target in the sky with exact, precise movement.
Sure.
Okay, and if that's late 70s.
Then if we've got it
Well,
down to
that's and then you look at this. This wasn't available to us until what, the late 80s?
sure.
Laser pens?
Well, let's go back to the USA
If we've
satellite.
got those.
Let's go back to that military satellite that was disabled or became
the
disabled.
spy satellite.
Yeah, the USA 193.
Right.
And we know they could have taken it down. They could have destroyed it with a laser. They just decided to use a kinetic impact in place of that. But my curiosity is, why did the satellite fail within hours of orbital insertion?
You see, now, when you brought that up, I hadn't even thought about it.
Yeah.
All I knew at the point of that news story was that we were supposed to take out the satellite that had just gone wrong. But
Right.
the big question is, why?
Why did it fail?
go? Yeah, why?
Yeah.
Why did $250 million or $1 billion, who knows, these are black budget items, fail? And its electrical systems brought down. Now, could it have been a maser? Could it have been a laser that pulsed,
Something pulsed
fried the
EM?
electrical system?
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
And,
yeah.
and so
Somebody
then
else hit it.
within
Yeah.
2 years, down it goes. And so what happens is whoever built the thing, Northrop, Boeing, whatever, looks bad because their expensive piece of hardware failed. When in reality, maybe it didn't
Somebody
fail.
got it.
Somebody got it. And so my
But
curiosity.
they failed in that we're vulnerable.
Well, and-
those, they're all, but every single one of our weather satellites, every one of our communication satellites would then be vulnerable.
at
And
risk.
would they want us to know this? No, they wouldn't, because if they shot it down with the laser, somebody might figure out, wait a minute, that thing was already disabled by
Yeah.
something.
And
going
how
on.
many others are sitting up there
Already,
and
that
dead?
we haven't even heard
Right.
about.
And the only reason we haven't heard about them is because they're not in imminent danger
right,
of reentry.
Exactly.
So, curious, and another aspect of this 21st century warfare is that of information.
Yeah.
Information.
Information.
I
How-
like that topic because
and how do we
I'll tell
share
you, they
information?
use the information as disinformation to make it so that our public opinion within America sways in one direction or
Right.
another, and they do
Oh,
it
of course.
economically.
And it comes back to shock doctrine again. We would
Yes.
not have passed the Patriot Act if we hadn't had 2 towers brought down, or 3 towers, because
3.
World Trade Center 7 brought down on September 11th.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
what we have to do is have leadership which shows the judgment in the face of these shocking events
yes.
to maintain the level-headedness and not fall prey to the fear that they want generated in the wake of these events.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. I agree to that 100%. I'm trying to cue this clip, but I'm having trouble doing it. Okay. But yeah. Anyway, the high tech end of this is fascinating to me. Barb has indicated she doesn't like weapons. I've always been
I don't like
fascinated with this.
warfare. It's not that I don't like weapons.
Okay.
I disdain warfare. And don't get me wrong. I support the troops. I totally support our kids over there.
Well, let's keep the kids alive.
Yeah,
You know, it's
exactly.
just they're have no
Warfare
business being
is-
there, and they
yeah.
never did.
I'm gonna have to restart that clip. But
Warfare's
now
wrong.
I
Killing
think
is wrong.
killing people is completely wrong, and that's why I can't watch a horror movie where people
Exactly.
are killing other people. I don't mind like weird creatures
All right,
doing
there you
it.
go, Miami. Come on in.
It's still freezing up on this one. It could be the server. Now watch up here. This is some kind of a craft traveling at about 7,000 miles per hour, and this came from what, the space station or the shuttle?
We don't know where it came from.
Okay,
Yeah, we're not
it's traveling
sure.
to this object over here. Next thing you know, we will see a flash of light if this thing ever wants to load. But a flash of light occurs, and then what follows that looks like
There's something
Something
projected
comes up
on a
from the
linear
lower
path
left
right
hand,
to that.
yeah, it looks like a particle
And
beam.
what's interesting is we have the burst of light. There it
There it goes.
was.
There it
There,
goes.
and
It
then-
takes
And
off.
then we get a vector
Yeah.
change on the target, and then the projectile comes through. So this guy knew he was immediately
Shot at?
subjected to hostile intent.
Yeah.
And he moves out of the way, and of course, unless it's a directed energy weapon and not a projectile,
Right.
where it arrives instantly,
Right.
you've got time to
Unless he's going, well,
unless you're playing in time,
Yeah,
which
exactly.
is
There you
a
go.
whole nother weapon.
I've never had trouble playing that clip, but it looks like that was
That's the
gone.
way it's going to
That's
be
too
today.
bad.
That's
Yeah.
the way it is. But anyway, it's a fascinating clip. It's called Secret of NASA, NASA's biggest secret. You can
Secret of
check it out
Space.
on
Secret of space.
YouTube.
Deep knowledge.